Hello, my name is Vida and I am Education Lead at MetricsDAO. Very excited to be bringing you this webinar today. We are going to start in 1 minute. Okay, let's kick this off. Now, wanted to introduce you to the organizer of today's near webinar, which is MetricsDAO. At MetricsDAO, we are a community of Web3 data analysts who provide Web3 organizations with on-demand data insights and tooling. So that's who we are at MetricsDAO, and we have a community of almost 5,000 people actively participating in our educational programs and completing analytics challenges. So when it comes to the different courses that we have available at the moment, we have the free analytics programs that you all are welcome to join. We're currently running our fourth free analytics live cohort and we'll start another one soon. Also, in our learning platform, we host asynchronous free courses like Ethereum, Algorand, and Near. So today's webinar is going to be a primer to Near, but if you would love to learn more about the Near blockchain, you're more than welcome to check out our free program because it's going to have more in-depth information and resources for you to get involved. In addition to that, we are also going to launch some new courses on other blockchains like Cosmos, Solana, as well as some more Web3 analytics programs. So do ensure to join our Discord server. Do ensure to keep up to date with what's coming up because we have a lot of exciting courses coming up for you that we would love you to join. Another big part of what MetricsDAO is about is our analytics challenges. So we work with a bunch of different partners and blockchains, including Near. And we have a bunch of analytics challenges for you available to take part in. So the best submissions get rewarded through partner tokens as well as USDC. So these analytics challenges are open to you. You can also get involved in sourcing questions. And once you get a certain amount of X metric, you can also become a peer reviewer. So we're really focused to be a strong community of people that are in the Web3 field and want to transition into the Web3 analytics field. And we provide a lot of support and mentorship along the path. I would also encourage you to fill in a form right now that I'm sharing in the chat, which is going to have the information, which is going to be essentially the form for you to fill in order to get access to our next course. So do fill in the form in order to add access to the Near program. And also, we will be sending you some badges and X metric, which is going to unlock you some special access to our Near channel, which I'm going to as well talk about you a little bit in the future. But enough about the programs. I also just wanted to share here that we have a bunch of amazing success stories of people that landed their full-time jobs that essentially just started from not really knowing much about Web3 and federal programs, they managed to become a stellar Web3 analyst. Right, and also would love to hear about you. Do share in the chat where you're from, yeah, what's your background, so that yeah, we can get to know a little bit here who is with us today. Right. So now I would love to quickly as well walk you through Ethereum. So I'm sure that all of you are familiar with what Ethereum is, but there's something that Ethereum does struggle with, and where other blockchains such as Near came in order to kind of solve Ethereum's issues. And one of the biggest problems at the moment with Ethereum is scalability. So if you have interacted with the blockchain, you might have noticed that the transaction speeds and costs, or in other words, gas fees, are very expensive at the moment. And then most of the other blockchains that came after Ethereum were trying to tackle the scalability issue, ensuring that as the blockchain scales, the transaction speeds and fees remain low. So Near as well is has a huge focus on scalability and has implemented fantastic technologies to ensure that Near is a scalable blockchain. And today we're going to be delving deeper into some of these um, innovative technologies that Near has introduced into the market. Another big thing to know about Near and what it has brought to the blockchain space is its focus on usability. So Near is really trying to find ways on how can we onboard the next 1 million people into the Web3 space. How can we ensure that the applications have a good user and UX experience, since one of the other problems in the blockchain space is that many of the applications have a terrible user experience and are really difficult to navigate for someone who is new to the space. So Near is trying to also tackle this issue and is doing so very effectively. We're going to explore some of the use cases today and how it is doing it. So to also give an overview about like some of the most important things to understand about the Near blockchain is that it is a layer one blockchain. So Ethereum is layer one, Solana is layer one, so it's not dependent on other chains. Also, in order to ensure its effective scaling, it is using a unique scaling mechanism which is called nightshade sharding. And through its unique scaling mechanism, Near is making it particularly easy to onboard new users into the space. So again, this is a really big kind of door that Near is opening in order for us to be able to bring Web3 space from the current state of early adopters into mass adoption. So all the blockchains will have some form of a consensus mechanism. Ethereum has recently moved from proof of work to proof of stake, and Near also runs a proof of stake consensus mechanism. However, it's a little bit different from other proof of stake mechanisms, and it's called Doomslug, and it's also has a unique sharding mechanism called Nightshade, which is the unique technology that Near has brought into the space, which allows it to be as scalable as it is. So, who founded Near? So, it was founded by two people. One is called Alex Kidanov, and the other one is called Ilya Polushkin. And before founding Near, they both were kind of working in the software engineering field, one at Microsoft and one in Google. And they managed to raise an impressive amount through kind of the support of Y Combinator in just 4 months, which also kind of gave them the start to launch this blockchain. And they launched into the mainnet in 2020, so not that long ago. So Near is still a very new blockchain. So, okay, let's look into what that unique scaling mechanism called Nightshade does and how it works. So essentially, it splits the blockchain into many parts, and these different parts it splits into they're called shards. And in every one of these shards, we have 100 seeds, and then in each of the seeds there is a validator. And as more values participate in this scaling mechanism, then the older validators are actually getting incentives in order to continue participating and making new shards to further support its nightshade mechanism. So also near can be called a base layer system, and the base layer system essentially means that all dApps and services created with its help are on top of the underlying near layer. Also, a big thing here is that it has created a fantastic technology for its sharded system, which allows infinitely and not face these scalability issues that, let's say, Ethereum is facing. Also, NEAR is incredibly flexible and easy to use protocol, which really is good for developers who want to build on NEAR. Um, and also, it's great for the public onboarding. Um, okay, what else? What else does it mean with this NEAR brought into the space when it comes to its unique innovations through the sharding mechanism? So here, the key as well to know about sharding is that not every node has to run all the code, which is quite different in other blockchains. And essentially, what sharding does, it splits the network, so the computation can be done parallel. So which then ensures that that can be scaled infinitely, as there's no kind of limit to network's capacity. So here the key idea is that like the entire code in the near blockchain is segmented into chunks, and then each chunk is being run on a single node parallel to each other. So this is the key scaling mechanism and key innovation that is bringing near to where it is today, and it's what allows it to be so fast and scalable. So what does that mean then? What does it mean, to have this mechanism and what outcomes it generates? So first, we have improved scalability, as mentioned, since the sharding mechanism allows to divide the network into different chunks. Then we have faster transaction times, and Near has incredibly fast speeds at the moment, and also high throughput. So the use of sharding allows the Near protocol to achieve higher levels of throughput or number of transactions that the network can process per second. So you will see as well that TPS or transaction speed per second is very fast on Near. Also, it makes it easy to build the next generation of decentralized applications, and we can build a lot of them since there's no vertical limit. Then we also make a smoother experience for the new users with some of the key technologies that NEAR has implemented, and also with the scaling mechanism is seamless. So another important innovation that has been brought by the NEAR blockchain is called Aurora. So, Aurora is system is a smart contract on a near chain and Nightshade. So it's a layer two solution. So another key thing here is that it is very interoperable as it is compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. So if you are a developer on Near, you can easily replicate your app from Ethereum to Near and vice versa. Another key innovation that was brought by Near is the Rainbow Bridge. So the Rainbow Bridge actually supports the Aurora ecosystem and essentially allows us to connect near and Ethereum and kind of easily exchange tokens between the two. So this is how it looks like. You can also just go yourself into Aurora website. You can go to Rainbow Bridge. You can try and test for yourself how it all works. Just the best way to understand how this bridging system actually operates and how efficient it is. So it is very, very easy to send the tokens from Ethereum to Aurora with just a couple of clicks. You can do that. And again, it also showcases the very easy and simple user experience that Near has implemented and is really being focused on. Another key kind of app or thing that allows us to see what's happening on Near is Near Explorer. So if you are interested in seeing how fast the transactions currently are, how many nodes are operating and validating the consensus mechanism, and what is the current gas price, you can go to Near Explorer and to see it there. So we can see that at the moment the average transaction, the block time is about 1 second, and we have almost 200 nodes validating the network, and the gas price is a very, very small fraction of Near. Also, another key part of the Near ecosystem is its wallet. However, it is different from the traditional wallets, because it's a browser wallet, but also the key thing here is that you can actually have your name instead of the very complicated public key. You can have your name as your wallet address. So you can also see here at the top right corner that I have Vidas.near. My name is Vida. So yeah, so basically you can see that you can have your name as the wallet address, which makes it more simple and easy for new users. And also people can choose to secure their accounts through an email, which obviously is not the most secure method, but for completely new users, that might be a good way to get onboarded into the space if they don't really want to be doing the 12 seed password thing. Right. Another kind of key part of the Near ecosystem is a Near Collective. So essentially, Near Collective is composed of different guilds, groups, and people that run the Near protocol. So this includes various groups of people like innovators, developers, and different kinds of contributors who are building applications and contributing to its ecosystem. So when it comes to some of the key infrastructure, we saw that there is Aurora, but there's also some other projects like Octopus, Lex, Calimero, Pagoda, Machina. We don't have time to look into it today, but if you're interested, feel free to Google for it for yourself. But here as well, we can see the three key verticals that Near is really focused on, which are DeFi, so decentralized finance, digital cooperatives, so we can also call them DAOs in a simple way, and also creator economies. So here specifically looking into NFTs and how can NFTs be utilized to support creators in earning more revenue and connecting with their fans. We also have this thing called Astro DAO, which actually is also a key part of the ecosystem, and it's basically the main DAO builder. So most DAOs that are built on the new ecosystem, they will be using Astro DAO to be building them on. So also Near is very focusing on regional hubs. So there is dozens of regional hubs around different countries, and also Near has a bunch of different ecosystem funds that you can get involved. Basically submit your projects ideas and get funding to basically make them a reality. Um, if you are interested in exploring the Near ecosystem, the best website to do so is called Awesome Near. So on this website, you can explore over 1,000 projects that are currently building on Near. So if you want to see, what sort of use cases are built on Near, how are they looking, and how, let's say, projects built on Near differing from the other blockchains, this is a good source to look into. But if you just like right now have a quick peek of what's there, you can see that there is a lot of decentralized finance applications, a lot of wallets, validators. Also, we have even a like a sweat economy, which essentially you can earn money from walking, you earn crypto from walking, and also we have some kind of NFT marketplaces like Paros, which essentially allows you to create, trade, and collect digital collectibles. So since Near is very focused on creator economy, it has really good tooling for people who have no technical background or developer background to be easily able to create their own NFTs and sell them on the marketplace. Also, there are some interesting communities there in the ecosystem, like the Near Week, which is essentially a Web3 news and community platform. We also have Human Guild, which awards grants to promising gaming projects, as well as SangDAO, which essentially offers to help artists build generative art projects. So, when these artists are selling these generative art projects, or in other words, NFTs, the royalties from the sales will be going back to the SangDAO to further support the community and the artists in the ecosystem. Also, we've had some social good projects, like one notable one being Unchained Fund, which essentially collected over 7 million USDC to support the people that are currently suffering from the war in Ukraine. Also, there are some interesting community-led DAOs and communities that are specifically focusing on funding these different fields like marketing, creative, and developer governance. Other than that, all these different use cases and all these different projects, the key technologies that Near has built has a various benefits for different ecosystem participants. So through using Near apps, end users can enjoy the flexible, progressive US experience without the kind of chaotic onboarding processes or privacy sacrifices. Then, for businesses, Near is good as it can customize advanced permissions for users and also receive a vast toolkit for those that want to develop their own apps. And for validators, they can join the ecosystem without advanced software and earn tokens through validating the transactions. However, you do need to stake a lot of Near tokens in order to become a validator. Yeah, so Near tokens. So Near also has strong token and is used to process transactions to run validator nodes, and also it's used as governance nodes to actually determine where the different fundings are going to go to, which projects are going to be funded. So the Near token is acting for these reasons. Yeah. So at the moment, when it comes to the validators, we can see that there some validators have ridiculous amounts of Near, like over 40 million. So there's a lot of validators are having incredibly high amounts, but you have to have high amounts in order to become a validator. And if you actually want to learn more about becoming a developer on Near, or if you want to find the docs, then please do head to Near docs, and there you can actually see how you can do all the different things when it comes to becoming a developer on Near, as well as you can find the different communities on their website if you want to actually find your community in your region. Right. So to summarize, what are the key innovations that have been brought? So first, obviously, it's the sharding mechanism, which is the unique scaling mechanism that has been implemented by Near. Also, we have human readable account IDs, which we saw in the Near wallet. We also have the Rainbow Bridge, which allows easily transferring between Near and Ethereum blockchains and kind of transfer tokens there. Also have some interesting innovations for developers, where essentially developers can prepay their gas, which also kind of links with the user experience when users don't have to actually cover their gas fees. Right. But if you are interested in, let's say, getting involved in NIA from the developer side, you can do so through writing smart contracts, whether in TypeScript or Rust. So most probably using Rust in order to write on NIR, which is essentially like a modification of JavaScript. And right, so now let's look into waiting in the future. What some of the things that we will see happening on here over the next year or so. So first, we're going to have like increasing scalability improvements to continue evolving the sharding mechanism. Also, we will be seeing some new features and capabilities to further increase the flexibility and extensibility of the NIR protocol. Also, it is very important for any blockchain, including NIR, to be continuing um, finding ways on how it can better connect with other blockchains, in particular Ethereum, and how can we actually increase the technology compatibility and make NIR more friendly for developers, users from other blockchains. And also, since NIR it is community governed, there's also going to be continuous improvements on its governance mechanism involving more stakeholders and bettering the decision making process. So, this was the main things about NIR, but I would like to share something with you here is that we do have a NIR course that we've just launched. So I'm going to be sharing with you the link here in the chat. So do ensure to register to the course because you will also get a special badge, which is going to allow you to essentially learn even more and get even more detailed information about NIR. And we also will be sending Xmetric for you. So it's going to be a great way for you to actually get some Xmetric tokens. Also, I will be sharing with you a short form. So just keep it form for you to fill in. Would love to have all of you who attended the webinar filling in this form. So um, so that we can actually make these webinars better for you in the future because we want ultimately for them to be the best kind of possible webinars. So yeah, so do ensure to fill in this form. Right. So what are now the current opportunities with us? So thank you first everyone who listened to this webinar today. Really, really appreciate your time. And I really would encourage you to continue learning. We do have a bunch of free resources available and a bunch of opportunities to get involved in the MetricsDAO ecosystem. So first, we do have a bunch of exciting courses. Other than NIR, we're also be launching Cosmos and Solana courses soon. We also have a bunch of Web3 analytics one-on-one programs. And also, if you do actually fill in the form to register to the course, you will get a special badge. This badge will be sent to you over next week. And it's going to give you access to our NIR channel. We can meet fellow NIR curious people. And just wanted to mention here as well that do ensure to enter your Polygon address specifically, and MetaMask is a tool that we recommend for that. And also, ensure if you do join our Discord server, ensure to connect to Guild because Guild is the bot that actually allows us to identify that you do have the badge, and this will actually give you access to the near chat. But it will take some time for the badge to come out, so it will take a few days. So just have a note on that. The badge is not going to be available in your wallet immediately. Right. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending. I would also love to hear if we have any burning questions before we finish for today. Okay, if there is no questions, then thank you everyone for attending the webinar. Really appreciate your time, and we are going to have our next webinar on optimism next Wednesday at the same time. So hope to see you there, and also do ensure to sign up to our programs and fill in the form that has just been shared in the chat to give us some feedback. Thank you all, and see you later. Bye bye.